Hello guys, once again it's Matt and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons, make sure to subscribe and let's get into it guys. So, I had this idea guys, how much stuff you need to do to get the vehicles. So how many kills would it need for you to get the Su-25BM for example? Flying in RB, SB, you know, in general. I'm considering more of RB and SB because I don't play much of AB and it's not the focus of the channel, but still, you can consider it that it is pretty much the same as far as I see to, I mean, it's not going to be pretty much the same, but you can basically have the rough numbers if you do a little bit of math. But I already did the whole math on the RB and SP, so that's going to be enough for me because it's a lot of stuff that we are going to talk about it. So first things first, we have to know that it is this thing that matters, the mission score inside the match, okay? You will do stuff in matches, in normal matches, in this case flying aircraft, and this score will be multiplied after the battle with these multipliers. So for example, ARB 1.4, Air Simulator 3 times, and then by the rank from 1 to 3 0.8, from 4 at rank 4 is 0.9, rank 5 is just the normal one, like plus times 1, rank 6 1.1, and then rank 7 to rank 8 it is 1.2. So how do you actually quantify these things, you know? How can you know for sure how much stuff you can do? So I developed a little bit of a system to have a rough estimate, okay? Remember this word, rough. It's not a precise measurement, okay? You will know why. Let's go to the table that I did. So here we have in the Google Drive editor here. And we basically had a rough estimate of how many kills, how many bases you would need for an air battle, for an air player to actually get a lot of these kills. Okay, so let me try to actually zoom in a little bit. Yes, maybe a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, here. So here we have it. I have a rough kind of normal estimated of a missile kill or any hit kill that you will have. Things may differ, so this is a big disclaimer that I will have for you guys. I tested this with a base off of the ranks that I normally fly, higher ranks, rank 6, 7, and 8, but many factors come to this you know, table. So first things first, for example, if you get a hit kill, it is basically going to give you less points than a gun kill, for example, that you are hitting and then eventually you get the kill. Because you're actually getting the critical hits and the hits, you know, and that's actually giving you extra mission score. So there is a factor to consider that it depends on the kill. For example, a rank 3 normally will never ever have a hit kill unless it's a pilot snipe or something like that. It is normally going to have a gun kill, and if you're flying an aircraft that has, for example, less capable guns like a 7.7 or something like that, it will take more hits to actually get the kill. So the points may differ, and also the bases, when you actually destroy a base, I'm pretty sure it might be different depending on the rank that you are, because the size of the base might change. I don't know exactly. So consider the bases for more of a bigger estimate, you know, so in the sense of it's less precise than the kills. The kills I think are a little bit more precise, okay? But just have that line of thinking that it's a rough estimate. It's not to actually be, oh my god, it's directly on it. It's supposed to be like in the ballpark, okay? So I got missile kills and or pilot snipes that normally it's around 475 points, okay? It can be less, it can be more, but it's around that. And then we have kind of a gun kill that you got a lot of hits and maybe 2 criticals, or less than 2 criticals, but a lot of hits, and then you kill the guy. So that would give you 600 mission scores. And all of these scores, as I said, they are based off of the mission score in the game. Okay, always remember that. It will be multiplied after the battle, not inside the battle. Okay, and then the bases I just did with the tornado as a basis with the market trees, you know, 5 bombs, 510, normal, like, estimate of how much one base will get you in a rank 7, 6, 8, kind of like that. Okay, so let's hop into it. So here we have the table with the kills. How many kills you need in RB, in SP, depending on these estimated of points in kills. So for example, if you have a rank 3 aircraft, you will need to have from 59. I already did the maximum there. It's the whole event, but still, you will need to have around 59 if you get all gun kills, for example, like this with a lot of hits, 275 if it's hit kills. You know, so if it's an instant kill, it will probably be around this. If it's a more durable aircraft, or you're getting more points to kill that aircraft, it's going to be like this. So it should be in the mix between here. So for example, again, if it's a rank 3 aircraft, you will need each 2 days from 59 kills to 75 kills. It feels like a lot, but remember, you will do other stuff. Sometimes you will drop a bomb on a base, and also you will kill targets. Sometimes you will, at the end of the battle, just kill a lot of ground targets that can have a very big impact on the points as well. So many of these things, assists, for example, I'm not considering assists or anything like that. So if you would just get kills, it would be from 59 to 75. At rank 4, it would be 53 to 67. From rank 5, it would be 48 to 60. Rank 6, 43 to 55, more or less. And then rank 7 or 8, 40 to 50. So you can clearly see that it is around, I wouldn't say like for sure, but it is around 30-40%, depending on the situation. Less kills, you know. Sometimes it is even more, depending on the situation. Like I said, I think I guarantee like 30%. It's guaranteed, 30-40%. But more than that, it depends on the type of kill that you get. For example, if you're flying with missiles, you will get a lot of missile kills, and you might be able to get less kills. But the thing is that rank 3 and rank 4 battles might have more time, you know. So eventually, time-wise, you will take more time to actually complete that only using kills. But you can see clearly the advantages of actually going for higher tiers, you know. It is almost like it's 20 kills less. If you consider just this table over here, it's it's 50% less, you know, than you have to kill. It's 50% less time that you are basically doing that. So if you have a higher tier, go for it, a higher rank. And in simulator, it goes basically the same, you know. You can see that from the RB to simulator, I mean, look at this difference, man. Look at this difference. For example, rank 3, it goes from 75, it goes to 35. It goes from 28 to 59. Can you imagine that? It's twice, of course. It's more than twice, 1.4 and then 3, right? So here you can actually quantify the amount of kills that you get. So 30 kills in simulators is not that much, to be honest. But I mean, it's like in a normal match, you would get, in a large match, you would get 3 matches like this, and it's kind of a guarantee one if you endure the whole match of it in a rank 3, right? But if it's a rank 8 or 7, it's 18 to 23, man. This you can get in 1 or 2 matches max if you are flying a very good aircraft like a MiG-29, an F-16, an F-14. So if you have the capabilities of actually doing SB, do SB, man. It really does help. If you add that together with dropping bombs, like with an F-14, you can see the clear advantages of actually doing the highest ranks as possible together with simulator battles. But of course, just like I do, I don't have too much time sometimes to actually be able to fly a whole match of simulator. So actually flying in RB is more or less what I probably will be doing. But you can expect twice as much effort in the sense of how many kills and stuff. And you can see clearly here the differences as well to get the 8 stars. I did the calculations for getting the 8 stars, which gives you the vehicle. If you want to sell them, you will need to do more. But just to present to you the differences between the RB rank 3, for example, to the RB rank 7 and 8. Look at this. You can clearly see, again, 30, 40, 50% depending on the type of kill you will get. You probably can get 30 at least, 50% max of less of an effort. Okay, so it is really, really worth to actually get that. Of course, there is always a factor that maybe you have a rank 7 or 8, but you are not really good with it or something like that. So consider that as well. But just remember that for example, from a rank 3 to rank 4, it's kind of the same aircraft. It's kind of the same type of aircraft. It's props and the same type of level of engagements. You just have to find an aircraft that doesn't get stomped by anything, and you will be doing way better than a rank 3. It's a small difference, but you can clearly see it's 50 to 70 kills less than you have to do for the whole 8 stars. I mean, this is like 1 or 2 days less of work that you have to do. So I think it's worth it. I mean, it's 16 days that you have basically to work for this. So if you have 2 days less, I mean, it's a lot, in my opinion. But if you can go the highest as you can, I mean, 320 kills to 400 doesn't seem like much. You know, if you do this in a calculation, for example, if it's, let's grab a number in the middle to be a mix, 370, for example. Divided by 16 days, it is basically 23 kills each day, which is 10 matches or less, depending on the aircraft that you are flying. If you are very good with a MiG-29 and stuff, it will be like 4 matches, 3 matches maybe. No, maybe not 3 matches, but like 4 or 5 matches, right? If you are mid, you're going to do it in 10, so less than 10 maybe. So it's very, very good to actually get to this compared to, I mean, consider that you can do with aces. Aces every match. You can do this in basically 4-5 matches. If it's rank 3, you will need to do this. Let me just grab a number in the middle here as well. Let's grab like 540 divided by 16. It's 33 kills. So it's basically 50% more, right? Divided by 5 matches, by 5 aces, it's 7 matches. So you can see that it's 5 matches aces against 7, something like that, if you get an ace every match. So it is a 50% increase, basically, right? Or less than that, 40%, whatever. In simulators, you can really see the difference here, guys. If you are going to consider, for example, a rank 8 aircraft in simulator battles, it will be on the max side. Let's imagine you're just getting kills, 184 divided by 16 days. It is basically 11 kills per day. It is 1 match per day, and you can get it, and maybe even less. You get the 11 kills, 12 kills, just get out of the match. You can do whatever you want. So yeah, you can clearly see why I think always consider getting higher tiers is a better thing. And if you can, fly simulator. But if not, RB is already an improvement over AB, because AB would have 40% less than this, so or more in this case. You would need like 800 kills here, so it's a lot more. It's like will be 40, 50 kills per day, which is very, very hard. You know, it's almost like it's a lot. It's a lot. And with bases, of course. As I did, I mean, I was using the Tornado. The Tornado has 2 A9Ls. You can get kills with the A9Ls, and then it will basically make it so that it's a lot less. But with bases, you can have that disclaimer as well, as I said, and you can clearly see the difference as well, right? For rank 3, 0.8, 70 bases for, you know, each 2 days, which might not feel like much for these ranks, but it is, man. If you get all 4 bases of a match, let's see how many bases would you need. It's 17 matches, so I don't think it's really worth, guys. If you're really bad at flying fighters, yeah, do bases, but in a general sense, I think it's a complementary effort. You know, if you're going to do bases, take missiles, take an aircraft that's an attacker, if it's a lower tier like rank 3 or 4, aircraft that can fight afterwards. Because for bases itself, I think it's way too much. Maybe with rank 7 and 8, it would be worth it. I mean, 46 in 4, I mean, it would be still 11 matches, which I think it's way too much. If you get the 4 bases, which is something that never happens, you know, so it's problematic. I don't think it's really worth it to do bases. As I said, it might help you, but the amount of points that you get for the effort to actually put yourself in danger and get killed, basically, it's not really worth it, I think. For simulator is a little bit better, you know. For example, in a rank 7 over here, 21 bases in 2 days basically would be 10 bases per day, or if you will, I mean, it would be, I don't know, 5 to 10. I mean, if you're going to do 2 matches, one today, for example, and one tomorrow, it would be basically 10 bases, which is a lot as well. But I think it's doable with fast aircraft like the rank 7 and 8s that we have. It is doable. With rank 3s, I mean, it kind of, and these props, to be honest, or even a TU4, something like that, they're too slow to actually be worth it. But it can be done as well. I just think it's not really worth it. I think bases are really not a very good thing to do. Look at this. Look how many bases you need to destroy if you're going to actually do this. I mean, for simulator is all right. It's doable, but for RB it's just useless. You know, kind of levels of commitment. If you're only going to drop bombs, as I said, if I was going to drop bombs to do this event, I would drop bombs and then fight for targets, not only drop bombs. But if you're only dropping bombs, it really isn't worth it. Okay, so try to get kills, guys. It's the best way to get the most amount of points. Maybe ground striking, yes, cast and stuff, but I mean, it's more of a secondary role as well. I think the main thing that you have to do for getting these vehicles fast as possible is to just kill targets, kill players, basically kill that, kill bots even, if you will, but just kill aircraft. I think it's the most, I mean, it's the less amount of effort that you can get for the most amount of points. As I said, if you are not that good with a fighter and stuff, yes, obviously you will need to do this type of other secondary stuff. But I still think that only doing fighters, you know, would be the main thing. Because actually taking, for example, a tornado with the amount of bombs that it can take and stuff, it's just not really worth it. To actually take an aircraft that it's not that good in fighting aircraft just to take the bases out. Especially because you will see a lot of fighters and fast aircraft getting to those bases first. So if you're going to, as I said, again, if you're going to do bases, first, use an aircraft that has the capabilities of dogfighting and doing all sorts of things. A higher rank that I think it's a very good one that can do this is, for example, the Nets. It's an aircraft that it's very fast. It has the Python 3s afterwards, or any F-16 for that matter, right? You can drop the bombs and then you can after go for the fighters, right? But still, I mean, it's just a secondary role. Think about getting the amount of kills that you will need. At least 40 kills per day in RB, 20 kills per day for RB, and around 9 to 10 in SP per day. And if you do that, everything else, it's probably going to be less. As I said, you will get assists sometimes, you will get other stuff, right? So eventually it's going to be less than that. And 20 kills in RB with the assists and maybe some bombs and stuff, it will get down to like 15, maybe even less, depending on the situation. So just bear that in mind, okay? But anyway, this is the mathematics behind it. As you see, clearly rank 7 and 8 are the most efficient way to do it if you can in simulators, simulator battles, but RB is also very good. I would stay away from AB unless you are a very, very good AB pilot. There are some out there, my friends, there are some friends of mine that prefer to play AB because every single match they get 15, 20 kills. If they get this amount of kills, then I think it's alright to do arcade, right? But if you're not that good in arcade, RB is a more chilled environment, you know, you can think about it a little bit more and do things properly. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye.